Okay, welcome to the Duck Chronicles Episode 10, and you can see the ducks are out in the big playpen. I'll give you a better view of what they're inside of in just a bit, but see everybody's hanging out. I did bring their heat lamps out. You can see I've got a Rubbermaid tub rigged there to make sure that the outlets don't get wet if it rains. We might get a slight sprinkling this morning, but we're not going to get any real rain, so it was a good day to get them out here. I set the heat lamps up because I know they're going to get wet. And it's in the mid-40s right now, which normally isn't a big deal for a duck, but for a duck still in fuzz, it could be an issue. They'd probably be fine without it. You can see some of them are going under there, but they're not huddling under there, and they're spending a lot of time out and about. First thing this morning, they were all in the water, and what was funny is they figured out the pan on your left, what it was, and they were all fighting to get in there, and it took about 10 minutes for anybody to figure out there was another one just like it for the pan on your right. I did put these out here again to make sure they can stay warm if they need to, but it's more to tell me if they're cold. If they all end up huddled in there, then they're going to go back inside their brooders for the day. Somebody's swimming. I looked outside just a bit ago, and I saw from my room that they were all up under it, and I thought, well, maybe they're cold. I came out, and what it was is, well, there's Joe and Buddy there, but the rest of the geese were kind of terrorizing them, so they were all scared. Everybody's been to see them today so far. Hey, Buddy. Hey, Joe. All the ducks have come to see them. That intimidated them a little bit. And even our shy Muscovy ducks. Hey, quiet. You see the noise scared them out. Our shy Muscovy ducks, even two of the females came all the way across the field, which is a big deal for them, to check out the babies. One of the drakes came with them, but he wasn't too keen on being that far away. They're still very, very shy. We'll have to do some videos about them in future episodes. But everybody's happy, everybody's chill, everybody's eating. I got a report card for you today. It's a very small gain, which is typical. 10 days kind of have a plateau with young growing ducks. But I'll tell you why I think it's a little lower than it actually is here in just a second. Yesterday they were 5.33 ounces. Today my sample on 20 ducks was 5.66 as an average. That's a gain of only a third of an ounce, or 6.19%. But I have been feeding and watering them in the morning before weighing them. And since they were coming outside today, I did not do that. In fact, what I did was actually give them their first food and water outside, so the mess would be out here versus inside. So I think they're just kind of figuring out the world yet. They've been in here about an hour. I do imagine if I snatched up 10 of them right now and weighed them, that they might be a lot closer to, a 12% gain today. Because they'd have a gut load of food. Now, what mitigates that? These guys go from gut load to butt load really, really quick. And if you think about it, to grow the way they're doing, they have to. It's not just about ingesting the food, but they have to process it quickly. Imagine not just how much food you'd have to eat, but how much food you'd have to process to do in some days what they've done, put 30% of your body weight on in one day. So, yeah, gut load to butt load. There's a new catchphrase for the Duck Chronicles. But that's it. They seem pretty happy. What are they in? These are 8-foot cattle panels. They're held together with zip ties. And there's a little bit of plastic fencing on them to keep them from getting through the bigger holes. Those are also held on with zip ties. The zip ties that I use to hold them together are removable. There's a little tab and they open up. These you can get on Amazon. I probably need to order some more. They're one of the most handy things we have around. With 4 square, we got an 8x8 section, 64 square feet. A little bit, about 10 square inches per baby duck, and you can see they don't have any real need of much more space just yet. They have pooed up their water already. They've eaten quite a bit. We'll make sure we keep them topped off for today. One thing I wanted to show you while I had the chance, I got the brooders out here being all cleaned out. I want to show you how these drain systems actually work. So on the back side, you can see I have the cardware cloth wired over, and on one end I leave it to where you can bend it up real easily. So this paint pan, that's actually what's in there, slides in here like this, lays down, and then we just bend that over, and that's all. Now again, I call these a prototype, working prototype. I think if you were brooding in a brooder the size I'm using, 10, 12 ducks, you could brood them for 2 or 3 weeks, no problem, indoors without having stinky brooders. These have made a world of difference. We're still getting pretty stinky brooders by the end of a full day. And so they've helped a lot. Usually, even with the new water, when I go to empty this out and clean this out, this is half full of water. That's quite a bit of water that's not in the brooder, you know, not in the substrate. So they've worked well, but focus on the principle here. Creating a recessed area for your water and food to drain into in your brooder, and then scale your brooder to the size of your flock and the number of babies you're brooding. But everybody else is out. You can see way over there the muscovies are hanging by the house. We're going to have to push them a little harder to get them to integrate a little bit more. But it's a good day. Episode 10 out in the playpen.